you hear us? I suspect there's a delay, so we're not really going to wait for you.
And now you can see us. Hello.
You lucky bastards. All right. Can we see the chat that they are seeing us?
They say they can hear us. And
Hearing us is believing us.
yes. They say hi. Lots of height. Many highs. Lots of waves.
All right. So let's kick this bad boy off.
Alrighty.
Who are you?
I am GM Wolfster. I help out the customer service team and all around help out people.
So yes, GM Worcester is downplaying this a little bit. I am super good at what I do, the very specific things that I do. Otherwise, useless. Utterly useless. So she does all of the stuff that I'm horrible at.
All around her.
But she's great. And she works for customer service, so it's all the games. So she is doing much more work than the rest of us, and we appreciate it. And she's awesome.
I appreciate you.
Hey, I appreciate you. Except your head is blocking our gorgeous poster.
Oh, no.
But that's all right. So I just want to call out that we've done a little bit of arranging of stuff, and we're going to continue to switch things around a little bit. But first off, most importantly, poster in the corner here, the gorgeous Lunar Lancer piece of artwork by Alicia Watley. She is on Twitter. I don't have her Twitter handle handy, but she did just an amazing job with a bunch of our classes. So I'm going to rotate different images that she did for us whenever we do a stream out of Austin, regardless of how often that'll be. It probably won't be every week, but it'll be periodically, and whenever we do, we'll swap that bad boy out. And it'll be amazing because she's a genius. She's fantastic.
Really beautiful. Really awesome.
Other than that, Kobe Wolfster is going to be driving today. She's going to be handling the majority of the PvP stuff because I want to talk to you about some stuff that's coming up with future events and things of that nature. So we're going to go ahead and hop into the game and get started. So let's go ahead and swap.
Alrighty.
And then we're in the hub right now. If you are on Xbox, PlayStation 4, EU, or North America, you can queue up in the hub, as we are going to do now. We are also going to show off some custom arena maps in the PC version, but in the consoles, just queue up in the hub as much as you want. There are GMs there to basically drop trophies for you because we know because their names are green or you're going to want to destroy them, so feel free to do that.
Yeah, so GMs, if you are watching, go ahead and queue up now.
Yeah, I told them to get in like 2 minutes ago, so hopefully there's a few of them already in there.
Awesome.
So feel free to win. Now, because you're playing on the Fasti account, it's super important that you're victorious to uphold my rigorous PvP standards.
Oh, yes.
And then be sure to report yourself for account sharing after. So you can also get you in trouble that way.
Sounds good.
Just double up.
Sounds good.
All right. We're going to show off some other custom arena maps later, as I mentioned. If you have any suggestions, feel free to throw them in chat. I'm not positive how many we'll get a chance to get to, but there will be some that we're going to show off that were posted to our forums. So if you haven't done that and you've created a cool custom arena map, make sure that you go to our forums and post there. I'll send a link after. All right. Keep up the good work. I don't remember if you've died yet.
So I haven't. It's kind of weird.
You're
I'm very
maintaining
surprised.
my high, rigorous standards, and I appreciate that.
Yes.
All right. While we're doing some PvP and people are picking up trophies the world over, I do want to talk about some stuff that's coming up. Everyone can hear us and the game sound isn't too loud. I just want to make sure that we're cool with that. If you are able to hear us and everything is cool, let us know. I suspect if it wasn't cool, there'd be a lot of spam saying it wasn't cool, so I feel fairly confident that we're good.
Oh, the Man of Dragons got the first trophy of the day.
Oh, Man of Dragons. Oh,
People aren't hearing any game sound.
that's fine. I'm comfortable with that.
But
Better to hear me than game sound, because come on, listen to this voice. It's ridiculous. All right, I want to call out this t-shirt for any of you who haven't been paying attention to the epicness that is this t-shirt. This t-shirt was a gift from our friends at Trove based on the art of Sky the Virus, who is another genius creator, just amazing all-around person who's supported Trove and Trial Worlds for a very long time. And she drew this back for my birthday when Trovesaurus did a Draw Fasty contest, and it was all Bulldog themed, so she drew this.
As it should be.
And this came along for my birthday, and I really appreciate it, and I wear it all the time. Just the first time I get a chance to wear it on the stream. And then one of our GMs who is playing now is a huge fan of this shirt, has a Bulldog herself.
Yes, she does.
It's all adorable. So we really appreciate Trovesaurus, Sky the Virus, and our whole community of creators who are taking such good care of us. Kobe, I'm just going to be terrible at dealing with name stuff. You have to understand that one of the things I'm really bad at that Woofster is better at is saying names right. So Woofster would never screw up and call me Steve, because she would call me Fasty, because that's just how this works.
So I call you in the office too.
I screw it up.
Constantly.
We have like 47 Steves, so it really just makes things easier if you call me Fasty.
That's true.
All right. Now that we've covered those things, I want to talk about this upcoming Tuesday. This upcoming Tuesday, we are doing a bit of maintenance as well as hotfix / patch. It is not the club update that people are waiting on. That is moving along very quickly, and we're going to have a lot of details about that very soon. But Tuesday, we've already posted the downtime notice as well as the patch notes. So you can go, I can't do the patch notes now because my keyboard is not at my fingertips, but there are patch notes available on the forums. Go check them out. We do have an update on Tuesday. Basically, what we're introducing, a big part of what we're introducing on Tuesday, can't believe you died again.
They're so good. They're very good.
They are really good at PvP. Not me levels, but
Pretty
not bad. One of the things that we're introducing on Tuesday is an event called Salmonator. Now, people, yes.
Yeah, of course we won.
Victorious, always.
I carried the team. You can talk to
me. You really did.
Top.
Really did.
If
you were to flip that, yeah, we can, let's go to another map. So go to, go ahead and exit out.
Alrighty.
Let's go to, I was logged into it before and I liked it, so it's on my list of liked worlds, but, it's alright, I'll find it another time. Let's queue up from the hub again.
Alrighty.
Just while we finish this up. I meant to start us off in that world, and I ended up putting us in another one. So that's one of those things that Woofster wouldn't have done that I did. So this is just more examples to reiterate the point. Salmonator is coming Tuesday. This event is a little bit different. You are going to, it's going to involve time travel into a Dysblockian future, literally. Get it? Because
yeah.
I don't know, I just want to explain real quickly. Trove is a video game comprised of blocks.
Wait, it's a video game?
Voxels. There's a lot of, this is a big info dump right now, so we just want to make sure that people understand that there are blocks in Trove. And so when we call something a thing and we can find a way to fit the word block in it, we're jumping on the chance. We are not going to let that get by.
Yeah.
So you're going to start a 10 quest chain on Tuesday. You start the quest with a little bit of fishing. You need to fish up 3 things. The first 3 times you cast, you should get your 3 things, so you don't have to spend hundreds of hours of fishing in order to get started. But you get started with some fishing. You will unlock the ability to see some future technology, and when you combine that future technology, you will create a portal that you can hop into and face off against cyborg, parrot, Terminator type enemies.
Yep.
So it's going to be an amazing adventure into the future to try to prevent a dark dystopian future from taking hold in the present day. Basically, it's like the Terminator, except none of the crappy sequels.
Yeah.
2 was pretty good, but beyond that, it all fell apart.
Never saw them.
You've never seen the Terminator movies?
I saw Back to the Future last week for the first time.
Okay. Well, so, update, Worcester and I no longer friends.
It's valid.
It's just one of those things. It was a good run, but that's over now. So next time we do one of these, we'll have somebody else here in her stead, just because I can't work in these conditions.
But I've seen it now.
Back to the Future you've seen that,
Mm-hmm.
which, by the way, is great.
Mm-hmm. It's good.
Okay, good. All right.
No, not Slash.
So Salmonator is one of the things coming next week. We're also introducing something not on the PC and on the Xbox. We're introducing it with the update, and on the PlayStation 4 for PS Plus members, we're introducing it on around October 3rd or 4th. It's called Blocky Bonus. Now what this is about 3 to 4 weeks, we're going to have a free mount that you just log into the game. For Xbox One, because you have Xbox Live, PlayStation Plus members, and then if you're playing on the PC, you just log in and you can collect it from the store. It'll be a free item. It's called, it's actually, well, yes. Are we able to get to Skype and get a link from there that we can post in the Twitch chat?
Yes.
I've sent one to you directly.
I haven't.
Okay. If you can send that link
Into Twitch.
into Twitch chat. Okay. So this is a GIF of the free mount you'll be able to pick up. Sabadar, Summers, Sabadar.
Soda.
Yes, but this is important because I have the word Rapture. Summer's Rapture. This will be available to you for free just as a collectible. This is called the Blocky Bonus. This is the first. So basically for the next several months, we're going to have one of these basically every 4 weeks, approximately. It's going to vary based on a variety of factors, but we're just going to give you guys a chance to log in, get something cool, and we're going to have mounts for the first few, but it's not always going to be mounts. Sometimes it'll be allies, sometimes it'll be other stuff. We just want to give you guys a thing to say thanks for being awesome and thanks for playing and being a part of our community. And so this is just sort of a big experiment to see if you guys dig on some cool freebies, and I have a feeling you will.
Yeah, we really
This
appreciate
mount
you
is
guys.
really very cool.
Wasn't for you, we would not be here.
That's very literally
Yeah.
a truer statement has never been spoken. The Salmonator event, as I discussed, involves time travel. One of the things that you're going to learn in your time travel adventures is this event focuses on, yes.
We won.
Yes, we did. This event is going to focus on, we'll call it some conspiracy theory stuff that has happened in the past. So if you were a long-time Trove player, you're going to see a lot of Easter eggs and references to other things. If you're brand new, you're not really going to get it, and that's cool. This is one of those things. It's just a one-time event where there's going to be some references that people are going to get. Not everybody will, but there's We think it's all cool stuff. So as part of that, one of the things that we are discussing is plasma fishing.
Ho ho ho!
So, very important addendum. People, because this event is happening now, players are definitely expecting to have plasma fishing right away. Just giving you a heads up, plasma fishing is a thing that is worked on, but it's not finished yet. Plasma fishing isn't going to be introduced immediately after this event. It's something that is likely going to be down the road, probably next year. So I just want to give everybody a heads up. This event does discuss plasma fishing, but it doesn't reveal everything about it. So there's more to come, and there's going to be more stuff to look forward to. But plasma fishing is coming down the road. It is, just bear with us. Still plans for more info on that as we move forward. All right. Glad we were able to cover
This poor guy.
We also have some questions from the forums. If you guys have questions, feel free to ask them. We may not be able to pick up all of them, but we're going to do our best to try a little bit, and then I'll hop in and do some PvP controlling from my side as well. While she's doing this, make sure, again, just a reminder, if you're on Xbox, PlayStation 4, we do have GMs and devs queuing up to play on those other platforms. We're not showing those here because we're streaming from PC, but there are GMs queuing up, so you may or may not jump into a party against or with the GM. Feel free to continue to queue up. They're going to be queuing up for the full time that we're streaming. It'll be 45 minutes to an hour. Just jump in from the hub. On the PC, we'll mix it up a little bit potentially, but we may focus mostly on the hub as well, just to make sure that we get quick queue times. All right. Did you have something you wanted to add?
That sounds good. Yeah, it's all good people playing on all the platforms.
Yes.
So
there should be enough trophies to go around. Not my trophies. Those are, we're going to keep those like Gonda levels of rare. But other lesser trophies, those will be freely available. All right. Questions from players. How are the developer, and then I'm adding community allies coming along? This is from Magic Mate. Community allies, for the most part, are done. We've just added, or we're going to start working on one for Jen, the Rift community manager, but the rest of them are finished. We just need to find ways for the community people to get those allies out to everybody. So far they are, we have Brass out here in Texas at a conference, so she's not really available to give stuff away. So we're going to find a way to get those out, and then the other CMs will give theirs out however they see fit. But those are ready and going to start coming around in the relatively near future. Other dev allies, I can't say, because there's quite a few devs, I can't say for sure who has them yet. I will make sure to follow up and see if we can get more info, but that's something that's on the way, to get allies to represent members of the community and the dev team so that you guys can take those with you everywhere. I myself have an ally as well. This ally is the rarest of all the allies, because the only way you can get my ally is by being a positive force in the community. And that means going to our forums and helping and being very kind. And as I see people being helpful and kind, I give them an ally. It's not a thing that I do because you were nice to one person once. I sort of watch a pattern and I see how you interact with other players on the forums. And when you're just kicking butt and being amazing, we throw you an ally. It is still rare because I want to make sure to keep it rare. So when you get one, it is an event. But there are quite a few out there. Good job. More victory.
Yeah, more victory.
More victory. Don't just.
Yeah, more victory.
So,
more victory.
So.
Victory so hard.
Victory comes in many varieties. So there are allies out there and more coming. All right. Hikari36 asks, as I take a sip of water.
Pretty excited with plasma fishing, even if it's not full.
Right. It is a thing that will happen. It's just likely not going to be happening in the short term. Hikari36 asks, can you briefly go over the changes for clubs? Like what are the new ranks, new functions, or is it too early for that? I did include the question here, but the answer is it is too early for that. We're not going to give you the details yet, but I can say that in the last couple weeks, I can't remember exactly when it was, I had a very in-depth conversation with the powers that be of Trove, who have laid out what is coming down the road, including with the club update. And there is some amazingly cool stuff coming. So there's more varieties of permissions. Things are going to have a lot more fine detail. There's a feature that has been much requested that is a way to help people in clubs. Maybe if there are people spending a lot of time in your club that shouldn't necessarily be allowed in your club, we're going to give players the power to do something about that.
More tools.
More tools are coming. So very cool stuff is on the way. Lots of stuff that I can't say. Maybe stuff I've already said that I can't say. YOLO, as the kids say, I think. They probably still say that. So there's lots of stuff to come. Lots of cool stuff. Please stick with us because we're going to start getting news out there much faster in the coming weeks. And as that news comes out, we're going to want to get your feedback on it. But clubs are getting a major upgrade.
It's pretty exciting stuff, and I think people are going to like it a lot.
Yes. The sheer volume of tools that you're going to have to do things internally with the club as well as in club worlds, and it's just huge. It's going to be a great step forward for everybody who enjoys interacting in a club. All right. Here's an interesting question. Now, questions can take many forms. So a statement with a question mark is one of those, and it's just one of those things. This isn't really so much that as I just want to make sure that people know we're willing to answer questions even if they're not softballs, and sometimes if they are framed in such a way to make an assumption, like by answering this question, I am acknowledging that this is the truth when it's not necessarily the whole picture. I just want to let you guys know I'm going to answer this question, but I don't necessarily agree with the underlying premise. So the question is, with the apparent lean towards making Trove more hardcore, their quotes, will we see any updates that bring back the casual side of Trove? I wanted to answer this question so that we could discuss this. The Shadow Tower itself was made harder so that we could have an area of content that was a little bit less trivial when it was offering the best rewards in the game. I didn't think that that shift alone was shifting us toward being hardcore. It was just a change that we felt it was important to make. We made the change and it became extremely difficult. I get that. Ultra mode is going to remain such. The other two modes are being adjusted. If you want to see how they're being adjusted, check out those aforementioned patch notes. They are actually up on the forums now. That update is coming Tuesday. There's going to be, we're still not making it trivial for brand new players to walk into the game, get to get a character to level 3 and then solo Ultra or solo Daughter of the Moon. That's not the plan. The plan is still you're going to want groups if you're a newer player, but we're just easing the severity of the climb. So things are going to work a little bit. When you're on normal mode, it's going to have a more shallow increase in difficulty. When you're on hard mode, it's going to be easier to beat those bosses than it is on ultra mode. And when you're on ultra mode, it's still going to be just nuts. It's going to be really difficult. It's going to remain difficult, intentionally so. There was a video posted by a player who had soloed it. Yeah, go ahead. Again. Who had soloed Ultra Shadow Tower. I haven't watched the video yet, but I saw it listed. Yeah, Ultra.
Wow.
So this is a thing that is technically possible, but it's something that's going to take you a lot of time and energy to do. It's something good that you can say that you've been able to accomplish, but from our perspective, we're going to build it so that it requires some teamwork and camaraderie with your friends and your club, and having things where you can get a group together and you can get a group on the fly as well as team up with your existing friends. It's intended to be that way. We're going to keep it that way, but the game itself is going to have a variety of changes, whether or not they're focused on making us hardcore or not. That's an eye of the beholder. From my perspective, when you see some of the changes coming down the line, this isn't about making anything hardcore. It's about giving players an opportunity to have a variety of ways to play. And if you want an extreme challenge, we want to give you that. And if you want to run around and collect and do some cool creative stuff, we want to give you the tools to do that too.
It's a I didn't lose. It's a multifaceted game, for sure.
It is a multifaceted game. If you're not first, you're last.
Actually, I'm still first.
Oh.
Yeah.
I think that came from a Will Ferrell movie.
Did. That's Ricky Bobby, I'm pretty sure.
I can't condone the fact that you've seen the Ricky Bobby movie.
Not Terminator.
But that's all right. All right. KOD304 asks, what are your thoughts on the current situation with Dragon Fragments? I don't have all day to play, and the limited time I have, I'm not going to spend on this when I could be doing something more fun. I'm including this question as well because obviously it comes with a very specific point of view. Dragon Fragments are extremely rare, super rare. If what you're planning to do every day is log in specifically solely for the purpose of getting something that's extremely rare, you're going to run into some frustration. What we encourage you to do is to incorporate picking up materials for this extremely rare thing in your normal play session. So go do a thing, and if you happen to run by sunlight bulbs, pick up some sunlight bulbs, and you may get lucky. Just incorporate it into your play.
I'm going to throw that out there. We get actually a lot of tickets about people that are not happy about the drop rate on that. Customer support can't help you with that. We can't increase the drop rates. We can't tell you what the drop rates are. We can't give them to you. So we see it. We see that you're frustrated with it, some of you. But putting a ticket in customer support is not really going to help you with that one.
And I will also add that because there have been multiple people bringing this up, this is something I've talked to the dev team about. This is something they're looking at as far as the drop rate go, because people just aren't seeing them anywhere, and they want to make sure they are dropping. We have checked. Everything is hooked up, but we are going to just look and see what is happening with the drop rates and make a determination based on that. But it is, again, intended to be extremely rare to get these dragons, so the length of time invested in it is going to be long if that is your sole focus. Any questions in there that we need? Or?
It's just people talking about the drop rates.
Okay. It's something we're aware of, but it's not something that we have any immediate plans to change. All right. Big Merc I noticed Steam has achievements for Trove, but they are locked. Any ETA on when they will be unlocked? No ETA, because they're visible on Trove on Steam. We will acknowledge that we are implementing a series of achievements that'll be coming to a Trove near you in the future. We haven't locked in when that's going to be, but it is something that you can see it, so we're not going to deny. It is on Steam, and if you want to draw comparisons between that and other platforms, you can safely assume that there is going to be a correlation between those things.
We're not
So,
gonna reinvent the wheel on that.
yeah, so that is a thing that we'll have more info on in the future. Cool. Cool. Oh. All right. The King of Darkfire. Will this plasma fishing event say coming soon for the rest of our lives? So, great question. Again, a very specific point of view. No, it's not going to say that for the rest of your lives. I'm not able to foretell the future, but the event is starting on Tuesday, so just hold on, I guess, until then, and then the answer is no. Tuesday is when it's going to be here. So I won with just 3 people when the other team had 4.
Yeah, you did.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. So good.
You weren't even touching the.
I didn't even, it's like just the knowledge that Fasty was in the house just left him running for.
Yeah.
We should probably leave this. We should not circle irrelevant things and move to a new stream.
Okay.
But I just want to make sure that there isn't evidence to the contrary of my beliefs, because that upsets me on a personal level.
Yes. We can't post a link to the patch notes right now, but you can definitely find them on the forums.
Yes, so go to forums.trovegame.com and it'll take you to a list of topics. One of the topics is patch notes. Click on patch notes and you'll see the patch notes. forums.trovegame.com. It's fairly simple to remember, but we can't throw a link just yet. But it is up. All right, plans for Golden Thread events to come back, like St. Cubes Day or a Toll of Madness. Now, I'm not positive of what this question is specifically asking. I think they just mean the return of those specific one-time events. All of our events are, we get feedback on events and then we adjust accordingly. So some of our future events are going to be a bit different. I'm not sure if we're going to have those specific events, but things that we have every year like Snowfest. Snowfest is coming back. Snowfest is going to be a bit different than it was in previous years. So we're going to have certain events return regularly, but each time they come back, the plan is to tweak them a bit and adjust them to give you new things to do. It's not always going to be possible to have an all-new event for every single season, but the plan is to have keep the name, keep some of the core elements, but make some additions or adjustments as needed.
Looks like there's some comments that the patch notes aren't yet up, so I imagine they'll be up shortly after.
So yes, if they are not live, and I intended to move them live, that's my fault. This is, again, we were talking before about those Woofster versus Fasty things. If they're not up, that's on me. I will move them live just as soon as we're done. Literally. And if, by the way, Tarja, if you're watching and you want to move them live while we're on the stream, I'm not going to get mad at you. So, that sounds good. But otherwise, right after the stream.
It's good stuff. It's the Shadow Tower stuff.
Shadow Tower, Salmonator, Blocky Bonus, other stuff. So I don't want to give everyone sort of a bad representation of what the changes are. So go ahead and look at those patch notes once I get them live. I was setting them up just before, so I really thought they were live. I apologize, everybody. That's on me. PPP on the forums asks, ETA on a market for gear, hats, faces, etc. This comes up relatively regularly. There's no ETA on it, and it's not really something we're working on because the technology at the core of those systems is that the stats on an item won't persist through the marketplace environment. So if we were to throw a shadow face on the marketplace, when the player purchased that item, it would re-roll the stats. That's just the way the technology works. It is something that might change in the future, but it's not something we're actively working on.
Yep, makes sense.
Yes, so there is, yes. So nothing to add on that as far as ETAs go. It's something that we'll deal with potentially in the future.
People are questioning the drop rates of the the Shadow Tower boss mounts being bugged. Those aren't bugged. It's the same.
Yeah, so we were talking about this a little bit earlier with the Dragon Fragment drop rates, the Shadow Tower boss drop rates, Shadow Tower mount drop rates. We've looked at it. They're not bugged. We see that they're very rare. We see that they are super incredibly rare, and we're aware that that's a concern. We're looking at it, but nothing specifically to adjust at the moment. So just stick tuned. If there's a problem, we will suss it out and adjust, but right now things look like everything is working as intended.
Congrats on players who got dev trophies. I'm seeing some people reporting that.
Yes,
That's
I
awesome.
suspect they will. If anyone ever gets one of my trophies, you're more than welcome to
Ban them?
you're more than welcome to post them to us on social media. But just to give you a heads up, I will assume it's photoshopped. I don't know how to pronounce it. I know Gammon, another one of our amazing creators and artists, and brilliant artist.
Victory.
Boom! More victory for me. He asked the question, will you be adding more block notes or note blocks? It is not something that we are announcing just yet, but if you're someone who likes to create songs with music blocks and maybe create other things with music blocks, there's probably something coming that you'll enjoy down the road. It is a thing that we're aware of, and there's very cool stuff on the road ahead, on the music block road ahead. So definitely look forward to that.
Well, congratulations to Sweet 16, getting a Diamond Dragon Egg. Mm-hmm.
Congratulations very much. While we are here, somebody gets a Diamond Dragon Egg. For any of you who may have questions about that, super rare as well. I don't have one, so if I don't have one, then you know that it's a concern. You've crafted all three of yours?
Yeah, I play a lot.
Like I said, we'll never see Woofster again, so make sure that you all say your goodbyes. But no, that's fine. It's all good in the hood. The kids still say that, right?
Not actual children, no.
All right, good times. That is it for the forum questions. There were more on the forums. I'll try to answer what I can in the forum thread itself, but it's not always possible to answer questions that are specifically requesting info about upcoming patches, just because we want to announce things in a very specific way, and on the live stream in response to a question isn't always necessarily the best way to get the word out there. So we're going to hold off on answering some of those, but we will do our best to answer whatever questions we can. All right. What else do we got going on in the...
We've got one player asking a lot if we're ever going to get one-day patron passes again.
Oh, in the, like the...
login bonuses, I assume.
Yeah, the events. It is possible that those will come back. It's not something that we're planning to have an event. We're not going to have a new event every 2 weeks or so and then have each of those events give multiple days of patron time just as a common occurrence. It is something that could still come back. It's just going to be a little more rare.
We have, it was 3:10 when I checked the time just a second
Oh,
ago.
to Yuma? You don't know what that means?
No.
3:10 to Yuma was a movie, a Western, which Kobe wouldn't know about because Back to the Future 3 is a Western, spoiler alert. So if you want to get on the Back to, because there were
I was going to
two
watch it with
sequels.
the ups, folks.
There are 2 sequels, one of them being a Western. Unrelated, side note, 3:10 to Yuma is a Western as well, unrelated to.
That was the time in Central Time
Yes.
that it was when I checked.
No, yeah, I get it. But when was that?
That was, it is 3:12.
Okay. Less likely to Yuma. After this round is done, I'll take over and do a little PvP just to give people sort of that master class that they're expecting.
I'm doing a pretty good impression, I think. See what you say? Yeah.
Yeah, I see. What else were we talking about? Let us know if somebody throws those patch notes up live, like if in the chat room. Let us know if those go live. If they don't, I promise that I'll get them posted right after the stream. I still am sitting here thinking and feeling really bad about not putting those live.
I think it'll be okay.
Yeah.
We're getting one question. What does superstition do?
Was that from Robin by any chance?
No, it was
It's
not.
actually from a player?
I think it's actually from a player.
Okay, good.
Crazy crit.
So let me take you back in the Wayback Machine, my friend. There was a time, a dark time, a time before time, where superstition did nothing. Did literally nothing.
Is that no longer the case?
That's no longer the case. Because I was concerned that we had a thing that did nothing.
Okay.
So I complained, and then I complained a little bit more, and after I complained for like a year, somebody said, all right, it's going to do something. So, super glad you asked what superstition does, because it's coming up soon. We are fast approaching October. Later in October, we're going to start the Shadows Eve event. During the Shadows Eve event, your superstition will allow you to see the ghost of defeated enemies in PvP.
Really?
So, yes, this has been since last year. So, if you have superstition, you will, during the Shadows Eve event, be able to defeat an enemy in PvP, and when they die, you may, it's not a 100% proc rate, but you'll have an increased chance to see their ghost or spirit standing at their gravestone.
Patch notes are up.
Right here. Cool. Patch notes are up, so if you wanted to go see those patch notes, I apologize again, but they are available for you and ready to go. So superstition does that thing. It does not. Here's some things superstition doesn't do, speaking of Salmonator being about conspiracy theories. It doesn't make your gear better.
Oh.
You're not going to get a golden dragon egg because of superstition. You may have superstition on and get one, but those are not related directly. There's a difference between correlation and causation. That one necessarily doesn't lead to the other. Doesn't improve gear, doesn't give you a better chance of, do you want to switch chairs?
Yeah.
Hey everybody, I'm switching chairs on the live stream. We're just queuing up again from here in the hub. and we're going to show you how this all works. When and how much max mastery increase? Max mastery is going to be changing. What it's changing to, we're not saying yet, and when that's coming, we're not saying yet, but it is not dev soon. It is, so that's some nonsense.
I did mass declining those. Have you sent Fancy a friend request while I was compiling?
I have never declined a friend request in my life. I should D&D just in case.
I hide it, but I didn't get you.
You hide it?
Yeah. It's a different event.
See, the problem with Candy Barbarians is when they oppose me.
They tend to defeat you. Getting some questions about the PTS server.
PTS, what is the question? When will it be online?
Will it be online, and any chance of making Disposal Divinity easier to obtain on PTS?
The second question I can't answer because I don't know, but I can ask about making Despoiled Divinity easier.
As for when it'll be
online, assume weeks from now. Assume a long time. It's not coming back right away. We're only going to be bringing it online when we have very specific stuff to test, and the next time we're going to be having very specific stuff to test, it's going to be for club update. So it's going to be some time. Because I said the word weeks, if in 2 weeks it's not online and you want to get really concerned, don't get concerned. When I'm talking weeks, I'm talking longer than a couple of weeks. So no immediate plans to bring it online. Just bear with us. When we do bring it online, you're going to have a ton of stuff to check out.
There's a question about when will the workbenches be fixed? I'm not aware of any issues with the workbenches.
Are you talking about us having a bunch of different workbenches for various things?
Yeah, that would be intentional, if so.
Yes.
You need to craft all of the workbenches, then you can access all of the old recipes again.
Can you confirm a PC player has a new Shadow Tower mount?
Yeah, it's dropped on PC.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. I haven't looked at the numbers, but I can confirm that that Woofster just said that she has confirmed. So.
We looked at the numbers.
I am going to wreck fools.
Or are we going to be deleting alpha, beta, NT club worlds with the club update?
We haven't. There's nothing to add on that front just now.
Yeah.
There was a previous time when we removed some of those older worlds, but we don't have anything specific to add on that front at the moment.
This question, why don't ring boxes count for boxes to open badge? It's because they're not actually boxes. You throw
So
them.
yeah, rings are a different mechanic because they're not open from your inventory. They are an item that you are consuming by throwing. So it's sort of like a bomb in that regard, where you put it on your action bar and you consume it by throwing it.
Players suggesting we had a PvP dragon fragment. It's kind of cool.
You are blowing my mind, buddy. So you're talking about a dragon fragment that drops in PvP?
Yeah, I assume like a trophy.
See, I'm a community guy and not a dev guy, but I love the sound of that. So I will talk to people but I also don't understand the mechanics of the whole system, so it could very possibly be impossible to do, or just a really bad mechanic. So I can't say for sure, but I love the sound of it, especially because of my immense PvP skills.
Everyone in the chat is saying no.
Okay. So if everyone in the chat says no, I have to assume the answer is no, but
Just overwhelmingly negative.
I'm going to return to the hub. So we are coming up on 3:30, I suspect.
Yes. I would imagine as well.
All right. We're not going to queue up for any more PvP. We're just going to see if there's any more chats. Giveaways. Shoot. Let's do giveaways. How much time do we have? Can you... Right there. Yes.
Oh, yours is right there too.
3:22. So we're going to do just a handful of giveaways because we're running out of time. I'm very sorry. I forgot about giveaways. That is something we should have been doing earlier, but it's one of those things. So let's... How do we want to switch that? Let's do that.
Yep. And I would switch it to big devs.
So, big devs. All right. Big screen. Boom. All right.
Yep.
Nexus Gnome. You have won a Trove carpet. Nexus Gnome, Trove carpet. I want to make sure that I'm saving these, so I should launch.
Retry launch. Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Okay.
That's good. Skype is right there.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
And then,
Just copy right below that. Yep.
all right. So this is going to go slow, so there's got to be a better way. We'll figure that out. Let's re-roll.
Top left, little gift.
And next carpet goes to Anjado Rock, A-N-J-A-D-O Rock. All right. There's a chance it's J, but the hard J sound, but I'm used to making that H sound, so I'm saying Anjado. It could be something else. Roll that. The Apple Gamer 0YE. It could be OI, but can't say for sure. You have won a Trove carpet. And Morta Merlin, you have won a Trove carpet. Are these broadcasting as well? Yeah.
Yes, they are.
Cool. So this is less important.
You're clicking there again. Yeah.
All right.
So 5th Trove carpet.
5th Trove carpet goes to Wiggly Iggy. All right. That's going to be it for giveaways this week, just those 5 things. We are going to do more giveaways next week to make up for it. I super apologize. I also have plans to do sort of a bit of a bigger giveaway on social media this week. So we'll make that sort of make up for this. Make sure you're following us on Twitter at Trove Game and on Facebook, facebook.com/Trove Game. And we will do giveaways, and those will be for all platforms. So if you win, I'll need to ask you which platform you're playing on, and then I'll get you a code appropriate for that platform. So that'll be something coming up this week, just because I want to, or not this week, next week when we have the update. So during the course of the update, I'll be doing some giveaways for various items. All right. I think that does it. Thanks very much for joining us for the live stream. I apologize again for the patch note situation and the giveaways. Everything is going to be much better next week. We'll be streaming back from Redwood, so back at headquarters, and I'm not sure what we'll be able to show off next week, but I'm hoping we'll be able to give you a little bit more info about stuff ahead. So thanks for joining us, and we will see you again soon. Bye-bye. All right, let's kill it. I have a plane to catch.
Do you?
No, I don't.